All right, I am just going to go ahead and get into it. Hopefully had a good lunch. I did. It was okay. Nothing spectacular. I meal prep every week, but I'm not going to stream for much longer. My headache's not going away. Where we left off this morning was we were wanting to do a couple of things. The first one is to get the life cycle to behave. And we basically need to be able to add or remove. I wonder. So we were talking about adding or removing the why do I have a bookmark there? See, we're adding it to the head, but technically you can have styles throughout your document, right? This might be weird, but I'm gonna experiment a little bit. I'm going to do that. And then here, instead of adding it to the head, what if we just got the data table element and appended this as a child? Does that still work? I don't know. If that works, then that takes care of the life cycle issue. What is this having an issue with? On header resize. Ew. Resize. Where am I adding the resize handler? What? Okay, well, let me change that on header resize. Yeah, I'm initializing the style sheet beforehand, but if style sheet is null, let's just return. So maybe there's some timing issue. Okay, well, it seems to work. Or wait, haven't even looked. Nope, that does not work. Okay. Yeah, I guess the style element as a non-head element's not going to work. I was hoping that it would. Okay, so we do need to come up with a strategy for appending it. Initialize style sheet. Can't append it to the data table because none of those class definitions are going to take effect. And we can go ahead and add it back up there. My headphones have they pick up a lot of noise. I have fans and stuff going. I have my NAS sitting on my desk. It has pretty loud fans. Probably need to work on the gate. I just realized you didn't see anything that I just did. You just saw my face. All right, so basically I was attempting to put the style element inside of the table, because if this were removed from the DOM, then it would remove that style element. But unfortunately, it doesn't appear that it actually works that way. Oh, well. Why is the length 0 though? Wonder if it's because of the other sheet. Let me look at that up. HTML style sheet. MDN. I need the style sheet element. Not the sheet itself. Well, let's see. Because why would that be null? Well, that's not null there. But it was null here, right? This could still work. Of course, I just moved the code back. Instead of this, let's do data table element append. Difference between append and append child. This one's actually happening in element. This one's happening in node. I don't know. All right. Do need to make sure that the data table is there, so we need at least that much. Otherwise, we'll get a null pointer. This one still might have a null pointer. Yeah. Why is it null here? But if I were to append it to the head, it's non-null. Why is that?
Je serai le président de tous les Français.
Why is that there? It's not been written. Oh. That's weird because whenever it's added to the head, I mean, I can move it, like first move it into the head and then move that element to being a child of the data table. No, that's null. Why is that null? What if we do something weird like this? Where we add it to the head, grab the sheet, and then move it to the body of the element, to the data table. So here it is. So if I were to put some data in there, no, that did not work. It still has 0 CSS rules. Okay, so let's try one out. Let's sheet.add rule, or is it insert rule? I think it's insert rule. So I'm going to do this as live grid 0. Oops. Grid 0 space make, or live make, width 600 pixels. Yeah. So even here, that's bizarre. Is there a weird timing issue? Might be a weird timing issue. So instead of doing, instead of assigning it back, let's just get rid of that. Let's do, don't need that. So it looks like we're only using it here. So in that particular case, style element sheet, CSS style sheet. See if that works. Because then I don't have to deal with the mutation observer and having to watch for attach and detach events. Okay, that fixed it. It looked like it is a weird timing issue. Because whenever you're adding it to the head, apparently it's added immediately. The style sheet, the CSS style sheet instance, that read-only field, which is this guy right here. Not sure why it would be none if you attach the sheet to a somewhere else. I mean, it's read-only, so we're at the mercy of it coming up with the sheet element, or the CSS style sheet field. But that works, and whenever the data table is removed from the DOM, then so is that element. But then whenever it's added back, it should automatically add the that element back, because unless it flushed the DOM structure of that, so that might be fine. Yeah, let's just go with that for now. This is going to require some testing. Plug in that style sheet. Yeah, the only issue now is this this instance counter. What I can do, private static int get and increment instance counter. I don't know if this is the right approach to do this, but this is the way I'm gonna go around it. Set as all right. All right, so if it doesn't have the other property, window globals set. No. We do int count. And let's do final. So if it does have the property, that returning just whatever variable count equals that. Oh. Can I do this? Nope, that just returns object. Seems kind of weird to do it that way anyways. That's fine. Maybe I can just do window globals get instance. If present, but or else 0. Because of course this is going to be an object. Is there a way to get that out, not being an object? I guess that might be the only way. Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to do that, do I? I'm not sure what I'm trying to do. Because I also want to make sure that it's the right data type. Maybe I just want, not gonna be fancy. Hmm. So by here we should know that it's an integer. Probably do a type of. Probably need this to be a non-wrapper type. Let's see if this works. That might work. Yeah. It's a crazy long property name, but it'll be guaranteed to be the same regardless of the quit module. Hopefully. I think that's how it works. Can't remember what parts are obfuscated. But I think the class name should still be there. All right, cool. So that takes care of the singletonness of it. Will definitely need to be tested. Yeah, some of this will need to be cleaned up quite a bit. Yeah, because we're adding the style element directly underneath the data table. That's probably good enough. Flushing out. All right, so this is all good. Anything there? All right, cool. So I'm going to commit that. All right, so now we can take a look at what it would take for us to virtualize the other rows a little bit. So I'm going to go to the demo here and change this to 3 million as the default value. Because if we remember, 3 million rows are not going to fit in here because of the maximum element size. It's going to be 32.5 million pixels. And if each one of these in a condensed grid are 32 pixels, then it means that only 104 or 1.04 million records are going to be displayable. All right, so then the Live View plugin. Let me get rid of some of these extra classes here. Don't need that. All right. So here it's a matter of, let's create a constant for this. So 32 million pixels is going to be our maximum height. So then if we get to the total height, it's larger than the calculated total height. So it's really a matter of the scrolling. All right. Because that's going to be the big kicker right here is this will never exceed that row height. We actually need the calculated one based upon the total number of records. So not the offset height. We need the height that is actually set. And notice that it's like 96 million. Much larger than we can do. It's a string, so that's not very helpful. So how are we calculating the total height? All right, we could probably do the same thing. And total height, data store, filtered count, times row height get. So this will grab us the total height. So if the total height is greater than the max element size, then we're going to have to do some sort of percentage. Okay, so the table height is not what I thought it was. So the table height is basically... Yeah, I think we had to choose to use the table height. So that's this guy, offset height, which is 400 pixels. So even though this is going to include the headers, it was just negligible for the extra rows that we added because of that height. So I don't want to worry about that. So body count is basically like how many rows can fit within this height. So the view start index, that's the part that we need to modify. Yeah. That's the this right here is what we got to figure out, because the last scroll top is not going to be what we need to anchor this on. So let's take a look at the this guy right here. Does it say anything more? So they call it stretching, which is interesting. So we just need to figure out what the view start index needs to be. And that's going to be based upon the total height being more than the maximum element size. Oh, I guess that's technically a little bit different. Yeah, I don't know. Because the scroller is actually on the outside of the table, not the T body, which we're increasing the size of. So that's also going to have to take into consideration for the headers, even though those are not going to be scrolled. Scroll top. That might be all I need to do. So if the total height is greater than the maximum element height, then we need to scale that scroll top. And how is that going to work? Keep hearing something. I think it might be in the music. Something squeaking. Skip this song. Actually, I'm gonna change soundtracks altogether, maybe. Let me see what else Stream Beats has. These are all DMCA free music. Yeah, let's try this for a little bit. All right, so we need to be able to scale the scroll top, and that's basically going to be a ratio. Right, so we have the scroll top. It's going to be based upon the table, or not the table height, but yeah, I might have to change that. Because right now I'm actually setting the total height. I need to do a total height, but math max of this one versus the max element size, right? No, math min. Guess I can change that to double just to be the nope, cannot do that. So we're grabbing the lesser of the two. So even if the filter count times the row height is much greater, we're going to cap it at 32 million pixels. That way we have a starting point. All right, so then so if the table height, not the table height, the total height, expected height is greater than the maximum element size, we're gonna have to do a ratio. Okay, so it's basically going to be the scroll top is to the max element size as X is to total height. So that's going to be scaled scroll top times total height divided by maximum element size, and this is going to be the new scaled scroll top, right? See if that works. So this will be based upon a percentage. I don't want to get too many elements in here because, man, that's going to bog down. Oh, now it's going to get into that weirdness. That was not right. Yeah, that did not work out. Let's see, console. So I'm going to string concatenate this because if it's the object, it looks really bad in the other console. So I'm going to do like total height. Then the last scroll top, scaled scroll top. Is that right? So I just scrolled a little bit. The real scroll top is 4. The scaled one is 12, based upon a 3 million record count. So if we were to inspect, not the table, but the T body, it's exactly 32 million pixels. Should probably change the height of the rows so I can have less records. That way I can start with some exact numbers here. So the view range, what is this one? This is like the total height, which is 96 million, and that's what I assumed. So 4 pixels real scroll within the 32 million is like 12 pixels in 96 million. That sounds about right. 32, so that's a factor of 3. Which makes sense because each one of these rows is 32 pixels, and we have a maximum of 32 million pixels. So that's going to be a factor of 3. So then 4 pixels times 3 is going to be 12. That's correct. But why is it doing that? I don't understand why it's doing that. If I scroll with this, I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know. It seemed correct. So I just need to see what that does with my view range. So 0 to 16, 0 to 16, 0 to 17, 0 to 19, 4 to 23. I don't really understand that. Am I still scrolling? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Seems to work whenever it gets up to here, but as soon as I scroll down, and it needs to have a different range. Let me change it back to 1 million. So this one shouldn't. That's weird. Yeah, this one shouldn't have an issue, but why did it not load whenever I clicked on load? Why is it not scrolling back to the top whenever I'm loading new data? Yeah, that should be scrolling back to the top. Yeah, that should be dumping all of the cache. Why is it not? Is there a clear? Reset. Last scroll top. I think it's just not setting the other scroll top. What's actually scrolling? The table element. Let's see what that does. Scroll down. Let's do million rows. That data. Okay, scroll back to the top. I think that's just what I needed. Yeah, looks like I can scroll all the way down. Whenever it's a million records. I change this to 1,000,005. So this is where it's exceeding that. Must be doing the math wrong. So this is 4 pixels is 6 pixels. Should probably just double this to make it a little bit easier math. All right, so 0, 0, 4, 8. So now it's just going to double the other pixels, which is the correct ratio. So 4 to 23, 5 to 24. So this should, I don't think that's lining up right. Let me just double check. Let me go back to 1,000,000. What the heck? Something screwy with that whenever it loads new data. I don't know what. Probably need to dump the this is, where's that being called from on data change? Is it, if it's not append, okay, not flushing. So I probably need to dump. Instead of doing that, I need to do a sizing row, remove from parent. Sizing row, element, parent, element, remove, child, sizing row. Element. That'll kick off a resize, which is going to be needed to determine which rows to actually fetch from the other data store again. Maybe not. So it's not there. So I probably need to do an optional of nullable sizing row element parent element, because if it's not added to the DOM yet, if the parent is present, then the parent should remove the child sizing row element. Otherwise, just ignore it. It did not work. Guess we still need to set the scroll top. That's weird. Okay. Maybe I just need to synchronize after scroll. Nope, that does not work. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Data table element, scroll top equals 0. Thought removing the sizing row would have been good enough. Okay, that works. That works. All right, so this should double the other pixels. Actually, I wanted to test it with a smaller range first. All right. 0. Yeah, these aren't going to print out, but this will print out the range. So 0 through 16, 0 through 17, because we have a top gutter and the other bottom gutter. So 1 through 20, 6 through 25. 28 through 47, yeah. So that's calculating the range appropriately. I'm getting a phone call. I will be right back. All right, put up the wrong "be right back" sign. I didn't mean for it to be the other 5-minute timer. I don't know. Oh, I forgot that I also need to scale the translations. That's why none of that was showing up. So even though we're loading the correct records, I need to translate them differently. These are all absolute position, translating it, and this translate is only happening on the total row count. That's annoying. Yeah, this offset right here. Okay. So what's the index here? Let's see. Append index. That does not make sense to me. Why did I do it that way? Next, append index. So what is the next append index? Wait a second. So all rows added, next append index, we're resetting it to 0. Start index. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just trying to keep track of the index that it represents. Which should still be correct. But I need to change the offset though. So the offset's going to be a scaled offset. So we're going to basically do a similar thing down here. I can't change that though. Let me rearrange this a little bit. Because now I can change the index. So then what I can do is grab the total height. So if the total height is greater than the maximum element size, then the offset has to be scaled. I guess the exact same way. Is that all I needed to do? Nope. I think I went the wrong direction. Yeah, I can't do it that way. So it needs to be based upon the view range, and it just needs to be stable from there. I can't change the offset like that. It needs to be a plus or minus, not a multiple. And that needs to be based on the scroll height. Okay, let's redo that a little bit. Yeah, we're not going to be changing that any. That's going to stay the same. Let's just restore that. But the offset will have to change some. But it's going to be not a multiple, but a plus or minus of a scaled top. So the view start index is going to be the scaled scroll top divided by the row height. Too bad it's costly to do this. This is actually pretty costly. For every row added, I can't really do a full calculation like that. Probably just need to figure out the other scale. I don't know. So how many places are we getting the filtered count? Hmm. Okay, so on all rows added, so this is basically grabbing that. This is where we can calculate to calculate the scale. And so then the element size is going to be math min of the total height versus the maximum element size. So then this is going to be the element height. Right? That looks like. Just see what the scale is. Should be 2. If we do 2 million. Yeah, scale 2. And if we do 3 million, because of the 32 million pixels and each row is 32 pixels, this should be a scale of 3. Yep. What is this called? Unresized. Synchronize view from scroll. Can't remember which one's done first. Looks like it's calling this side first. And then it's calling the after, oops, wrong direction. Then it's calling all rows added. That's fine. Guess we can set the scale here. So then we can always, if its total height is greater than the maximum element size, then we do the total height divided by maximum element size. Otherwise it's 1, so that's the scale. So then we don't need to do this. Scroll top, got that view range, all of that should be fine. So let's just double check. My head hurts. My back hurts. I'm probably going to give this another 30 minutes or so and probably call it a day. I have to do a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, so scale of 1 seems to be working just fine. Yep. All right, so scale of 1 works. So now that's fine. Don't need to calculate the scale anymore. We can do the math. Nah, let's just let's separate those out. It's fine. That way it's documentation. The element height is going to be the minimum of either the total height or the maximum element size, and that's probably good to know why we're doing it that way. And we did find out that was needed to keep track of the last scroll top. All right, so then it's just a matter of figuring out how to append this. So the offset is the pixel something doesn't seem to add up here. So we already have the other scale by here. So I don't need to do that. So how do we use that with the offset? The offset is going to be the row height times the index. Maybe that'll work. Hurt my head. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, I knew that didn't seem right. That's not gonna work. I think I'm doing this the wrong direction because those are like 90 million. Obviously, a 82 million pixel offset's not going to work. We have to keep this within the 32 million pixels. Let's just keep throwing some numbers in here. I don't feel like thinking. Yeah, I went the wrong direction. That is not what I want. I can't mess with that. See, my offset, I have to take into account the scroll top. I can't just do the other row height times the index, because the index might, the combination of it could be like 82 million pixels. So I have to scale that by subtracting. I'm not sure what I'm subtracting. All right, thinking about this. I have a total length of records. Let me just come down here. So let's say that I have 32 million records, but the view size is a lot less than that. So we have to scale it, but we don't want to change the height. We're not trying to scale the height of the other rows. We're just based upon the scroll point. And that's going to be the weird thing about the offset. The offset is sort of like minus the scroll top. Trying to think of how this would work. Yes, whiteboard. Need to get a stream whiteboard. Yeah, because whenever we're looking at the view range, we're grabbing indexes based upon a scaled version of the scroll. See, that's going to be a problem because all of these are going to be modified. Every time we scroll, we're going to have to change the translation because it needs, each one of these rows is going to have to to change translate the Y translate based upon a scale in reference to the scroll top. Yeah, this might be a little bit more difficult than I had anticipated. Because right now I'm only doing this on before add row, so it makes it a static translation, but I can't do that. Let's go back up to the other very top and let's take a look at this. Did I take that out? Yeah, I did. So if we take a look at the row here, we can see that it has a translate of 0. This one's a translate of 0.32 pixels, and so on. Whenever we scroll, the scroll top changes. So all of these existing rows should be updated to do a translate of the right scale based upon that scroll top. So like if this is a 3 times scale, for every pixel I scroll up, it needs to actually shift all of these 3 pixels. And then I do another pixel, which should make all of these go 3 pixels up. So I have to modify the other rows on every scroll, essentially. That's a lot more complicated. That's quite a bit more complicated, actually. And that's why it's not working, because we're statically putting the other translates in here. And we're not touching it again. Like, it lays dormant for the other life of that TR. Well, that was not what I was wanting. How would I do that? Basically, anytime that I synchronize the scroll top, right now I'm just concentrating on, do I need to load more data? I'm not modifying any of the other rows, but I will have to after the load, which is not good. Because this translate, scroll back to the very top. Come on, get there. All right, so this translate for index 0. Translate for this should technically be calc of that data index times the row height times the scale. ETTR. Translate calc of ATTR data index times 32 pixels times the scale, which is 3. Yeah, that's not gonna work. What's wrong with it? Oh, my face is in the way. Let me turn off my camera. Come on. Keep going the wrong way. Let me get rid of that scale for a second. Do I have to do a PX here? How does that work? Oh, that's in CSS4. It's not gonna help me here. Yeah, this might be a little bit more on the difficult side. I mean, we could use variables. I mean, would I be able to utilize a index, attr, data index? Oh, that worked. Well, I don't know if it worked or not. I need to basically copy these two down here. Yeah, I don't think that's working. It was a nice thought. I mean, it was easy to figure that out with everything as 0. I was hoping that I would be able to grab this data index and use that for the translation, because if you take the data index and you multiply it by the row height, yeah, that would give you the offset. But then you would need to scale that too, based upon the scroll top, and it's getting all funky now. I don't think this is going to work very well. If I take a look at the data grid here, I were to, oh, see, yeah, see, this is translate Y4800. Come down really far. Translate Y is 99 million pixels. This is a million records, each 100 pixels tall. How's that work? Well, that's interesting. I can't inspect. There's a clipper. Columns clipper. Yeah, I can't get to this single element. I think it's underneath this guy, the viewport. So, deleting it gets rid of everything. That's the viewport. That's that guy. There we go. So let's translate. So if we were to, yeah, see how the translates are constantly changing. So even like let's see. See if I can find this one. Alright, so down here, this 99 one. So it has row index of 99. It's transform translate Y 3379, but if I modify the scroll, notice that the other translate Y is updated because it has to scale accordingly based upon a subtracting the scroll top, scaled scroll top. So that's not going to be very helpful in our case. The only way to do it is to update the row translate on every scroll. And unfortunately, the scroll, like I said before, the scroll's the thing that actually loads the data based upon the scroll top and all of that. We figure out which rows should be returned, but we don't. It's in a different process for actually rendering, and we're not caring about rows that we already have in our table. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to be able to do that today. That looks like it's going to be very, very difficult to manage. So I'm going to remove some of these console logs. Okay, I guess that was the only one. Let's take a look at the changes that I have. Might have to do something in terms of this, because we don't want data to exceed the maximum available row height. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out too well. Yeah, that's a pain. And it's really only for this one use case. Whenever the total record count will exceed the height of the scroller or the element. That is the only case that this would have to happen. That means that we would have to maybe in the on all rows added. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. That's going to be needed. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So on all rows added. Kind of need to go through. All right, let's just hammer it out. I don't like it, but it is what it is. All right. So on all rows added, let's just console log all rows added. This should happen every single time we load new data. Error was called twice. It was just done again. Oh. Yeah, that's not going to work. Because that's not called every single time I scroll. It has to happen every time I scroll, but not until after all of the other data is loaded. Ugh. Okay. So we got to scrap that one. Synchronize scroll view from scroll. All right, so the load data. See, this needs to happen even if we don't load data. Are there any returns? That one's a return. That's fine because the view range doesn't change. So then if the view range overlaps and their difference is not empty, then we load. So this is synchronous, right? Should be synchronous. So now that data is loaded, let's throw a debugger in here. Let's just make sure that the data actually is loaded. Or, I mean the rows, because I need to make sure that the rows are actually in there. Okay, so that didn't do anything because I didn't scroll. So it's not until I scroll. That time it didn't do anything because the view range didn't change. Oh, that's even worse. Because I need to do this even if the the view range doesn't change, because if the scroll changed, that should be just enough to retranslate all of the records based upon the other scale. All right, so if they're not equal, rather than returning, just do all this shit or stuff. So if they're not equal, view range changed. Let's see if we need to load more data. Okay, so even if it doesn't load new data, I need to run into this GWT debugger. So I can't ignore any scroll. You know, technically, wondering if I should be doing this on the flip side, because this is the synchronize, but this one is actually doing the sync delay. That's the only place that synchronize view from scroll is. Yeah, it has to be in the same. All right, so GWT debugger, anytime I scroll, regardless of the range being the same. All right. So this will only, we only need to worry about this if scales is greater than 1. Scale will never be less than 1. So if the scale is greater than 1, then we have to go through all of the rows. Right. And we only care about the table rows, the actual ones with the model data. We don't want to actually go through the TRs manually, because it's also going to have the sizing row in there. What is this index? I don't think this index is the correct index. Attribute. All right, so that gives us our row. So now we got to figure out the translate based upon this. So if the scale is that, because I do need that. There we go. Let's see if that works. Hate that I have to do this on every single scroll though. I mean, it's kind of weird because the scale factor is 3, which means that every time I scroll, it's having to readjust all of these by a scale of 3 pixels, or however. Oh, no, it didn't work. Why isn't that working? I think I'm still, yeah, it's still going to, wait, negative 66 million. Negative 66 million. That is wrong. Okay, so I just got the math wrong. Scroll top. So that is the actual offset, but I need to know the difference. Scaled scroll top. wonder if it's just the difference. Scroll top is going to be the smaller. The last scroll top is 6, scale is 3, that's 18 minus 6. Yeah, I don't know where I'm coming up with these numbers. Has to do with something with the other scroll top. If it's a scale of 1, it's just going to be the index times the row height. I think I got the scale wrong. Scale. Total height. I think I need to do that the other way. Oops, it's because of this. I think I just need to divide by the scale, not all right. 96. $160 million. Oh, duh. Scale is integer. That's why it's always 0. It needs to be a double. So that I can do max height divided by total height. Ugh, what is wrong now? Oh. This. Int offset equals row height get times index. It's just not changing right now. All right, do have a hard cutoff in about 20 minutes. Hard cutoff. There's my scale. Yeah, that's already failing. Nope, that's not working. Might be correct. But because we're not doing the translations, it's not scrolling correctly. See, we actually need to be loading further down. That is going the wrong direction. Yeah, that's going the wrong direction. Might have to play around with that scale, but I need to figure out this stuff. So the offset. How do we scale this? Yeah, why didn't that update? Oh, it's because it's greater than 1. So I was looking at the opposite way. Yeah, that needs to go the opposite direction. It's not working. It actually might be working correctly. Oops. My bad. Accidentally hit the mic cord. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Offset. Yeah, this is a little bit more complicated. For every index, like let's say we scroll to like 2 pixels down, and the scale is 3. So if it's a 3, I would need to. So if the so would it be translate -6? So we already got the scale. So we just need to scale the scroll height. Or the scroll top. Yeah, I think I need to go the opposite direction on this. But it does need to be double. Because it could be like a 1.5 scale. Doing scales like that might be a little bit tricky. Might have to change the scale to not do any of those sub-pixel offsets. Alright, so then I get the last scroll top times the scale. Maybe it's not that. It would have to be based on the other scroll top, though. Oh, we're back to greater than 1. Oh, I keep hitting the mic cord. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a better place for this mic. Okay, so that's 12. Again, it's 24 because it's a factor of 3. So I think it's needing to subtract that. Double. I'm gonna change that to a double so that I can do minus scaled scroll top. Now it's going to be our offset. Yeah, it's doing weird things. I have to have the numbers in there wrong. It seems really dumb. And it wouldn't be changing every single time, would it? It's only going to be that. So I don't need to calculate it on every single table row. I only care about the scaled scroll top once. I have to subtract that as my translation offset. All right. That threw that one into a translate of negative 12 pixels, which is correct. If I scroll down, it changes it back to translate 0. But I do it here, it's a negative 12 pixels because the I should probably print out the scroll top. That way I can actually see that. I suppose I don't really need the offset to be printed out. Yeah, so the scroll top is 4, and since this is a factor of 3, it's going to multiply the scroll top by 4, or 3, I mean, and then subtract that one from the offset. Yeah, that's correct. I don't like how janky it is. But now it's a matter of finding the appropriate start and end indexes. I think I'm doing that wrong. Let's do that. Let's do scaled scroll top. Log scroll top versus scaled scroll top. So over here, the scaled scroll top. So if that's like 12. No, that's wrong. Yeah, this is wrong. Shouldn't be dividing the scaled scroll top by the other row height. This should be the last scroll top. But then I need to subtract the other scaled scroll top. Ow. What? Okay. I just had the parentheses around the wrong spot. Maybe that'll work. Seems wrong, and I'm over time. I got things to do, but I wanted to get this done. Still getting the other wrong view range. Wrong view range. I thought it was going to be the scaled scroll top. Because this is basically... No. It has to be the other scaled scroll top. Because we're needing to find the row index based upon the scaling of the other scroll top. So yeah, that was correct. View start index plus the body count plus the gutter. How much is the other gutter? 3. So it should be 3 on both sides. Which I don't think it actually is. It's hard to tell whenever you're at scroll index 0 or scroll top 0, because it's just going to be 0 to 16, but this is 9. Yeah, that's incorrect. Oh, that's right, because we're measuring it off of the header too. So unfortunately, we have yeah. We're going off the table height. Because before we were able to identify, like, whenever the scroll was occurring on the T body, we were able to look at the T body element and determine like how many records can we display in this this space. But we don't have that anymore. We don't have a viewport just for the body. So we're going off the table. So that's going to include the headers. So if we take this, what is this? About 87. So it's about 3 extra rows. So plus a 3 gutter. So that is 16. Yeah, that seems about right. So the view range of 0 to 16 is correct because we have to accommodate for those 3 rows plus the other 3-row gutter. 0 to 17, which is going to be, we're trying to do 3 before, so the maximum is going to be 13 plus 6. So 0 to 19, and then it should be 1 to 20. It is 2 to 21. Yeah, that's correct. But if we scroll too far, then that's where it stops working. And that start index is too small. It should be 25, 24, 23 minus 3, which is 20. I don't know. I'm just going to have to call it for today, unfortunately. We didn't get through this. I'm going to be thinking about how to actually get this view range. I think this might be correct now. I don't think that the view range is correct. I need to reevaluate how I'm determining that view start index, because the view start index, I'm trying to, based upon the view, but then create the start index by subtracting the gutter or 0, so whichever one's higher there. And that's what's going into the view range, but that's view start index. This is solely based upon the view, the scroll top. Yeah, so I'm gonna call it for today. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to finish this part. I was able to get the live grid working, at least for record counts under 1 million, are based upon the maximum height of the element. But for any of that row virtualization for anything larger than that, that one still needs quite a bit of work. And I think it's just a math issue. I'm just not thinking of it right now, probably because I have a raging headache. But I think I'm going to sit on this. I don't know when I'm going to get to it. Right, exactly. So even with the 1 million rows, we were able to get that. Yeah, we may have to talk offline. Yeah. Just a pain in the butt. Need to take care of this headache, and I hope that you have a great week. Colin will be here tomorrow to stream, probably playing more with the GWT 2 object pretty printing. Not sure a better way to call that, but if I don't stream anymore this week, hope you have a happy holiday. I don't know when I'll be able to stream again. Might not be until 2023, after the new year. But have a good one.